all I got. It's probably the longest game. I don't know how long. 11. Sorry for looking at your phone. 11:25 right now. It's a long game. We ran out of bodies. We started to run out of bodies with Amari going down and Kevin's minute restriction and John not here and foul out by Torian and Dwayne. So I thought just a gutsy effort by both teams. There's really no winner in this one, no loser in this one, I should say. 4 overtimes, you're just scrambling. Somebody's got to go down, and we just couldn't come up with a couple baskets in the fourth overtime period. But I thought all the guys that played, Chicago included, it was a hell of an effort.
Coach, in the fourth quarter, it was about a 6-point deficit, and
When was this?
About 3 days ago. I think it was 116-110, and it came out of a timeout, and I believe there was like 3 or 4 consecutive defensive stops that led to baskets, and up to it was an 11-0 run. In that moment, if you can think back that far, or
I can tell you right now, I can't. I really can't. It's trying to piece, what happened and when it happened, and I really can't. I can't string together when a lot of the plays occurred. I just know it was back and forth the entire time, and it's a tough ball game. And the biggest thing is trying to figure out, once Dwayne went down and TP went down, trying to figure out matchups. They went really small, and we got Alex Lynn on the floor. We're trying to get Trey off of marketing when we switch. We're trying to hide Alex on one of their non-shooting smalls. And so it's just a tough matchup of figuring out where to put bodies, put our best defenders, and try and contain Levine and try and contain Porter. So I really can't. I got no sequence tonight.
I think was it more of a focus on defensive matchups going into the overtime?
Well, it was both. And, I had a couple of the coaches talking about Alex. And, because they were small, should we keep Alex on the floor? And I thought, we should be able to punish them because they're just going to switch on Trey, and Trey's going to be able to go by Markkanen or some of their other guys. And Alex was able to get a lot of drop-offs and ones at the basket. So I thought that was important offensively, and defensively, obviously, it's a little bit of a challenge when they're small like that. So we needed healthy bodies, and we needed to find an advantage one way or the other, where our advantage was having size on the offensive end, the disadvantage was having size on the defensive end when they were small.
When you get back to the locker room after, was there a particular message you gave?
No, just recovery. And these guys had a 4 overtime game. The only thing that really matters right now is making sure they take as much time they need in the locker room to, Vince, this has to be a record for anyone over 40. Played 45 minutes tonight. Our guys need ice tubs. They need massages. They need treatment. They need whatever it is. We're going to meet at the plane tomorrow. But that was the most important thing. It's a gutsy effort, a lot of tired bodies, but they need to understand, especially the young guys. Trey played 55 minutes, I guess it was. So he needs to understand what recovery is. He may not feel it now, and he's got adrenaline because of the career highs and things like that. He'll feel it tomorrow.
Coach, 2 questions. Any updates on Amari? And throughout the game, was there a point where you realized Trey was getting close to 50 and you kind of wanted to keep him in to give him the opportunity to reach that plateau?
No. Amari was in plain clothes. He seemed all right. I don't know the full status. Trey had a career high. That's all I know. And, he was rolling, and he was doing a lot of things. Probably had a career high in assists. I'm not sure what that number is, but just needed him on the floor. I know he was playing a lot of consecutive minutes, so trying to find ways to give him a break as much as I could and use offense, defense with Justin Anderson. But there's no focal point on trying to get a certain number.
You mentioned it briefly, but Vince plays 45 minutes tonight. Did you ever envision a time this season where he would play over 40
20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
I was just trying to keep him at 20 all year. I've said it. I don't know if Vince is getting younger or what, but he's had just unbelievable games this year, quarters, games. Even he gets another major dunk tonight, and there's just a lot to be said about Vince. At 42 years old, he's playing 45 minutes. He's having big games. He's still dunking on guys. He's still making timely and big threes. He takes a charge in overtime to give us an opportunity. What else can you say about the guy? He's just remarkable example of what our young guys should be and see about how to respect the game, how to respect the journey, and to really, have high character.
Coach, it may be crazy to say, but you see this team again on Sunday. How do you expect that game to go?
They're a much improved team since the trades. I like their chemistry. I like how they've played well together. They're playing with the spirit and energy defensively as well. So I expect it to be the same. It'll be another competitive game. They're going to run the same offensive sets. We're going to run the same offensive sets. They have more knowledge now that we got, essentially 8 quarters of basketball. Sure, there'll be some tired bodies on both sides. So it'll be another competitive game. It's an early afternoon game. Those are always a little bit different. But it's like playoffs. This is exactly what a playoff atmosphere feels like. You play a team, they're going through the same sets, and you come back 2 days later and play them again. So they'll make their adjustments on how to slow Trey down, and we got to make our adjustments on how to slow Levine down as well.
Is there anything you could tell us with respect to Kevin as far as leaving the game, coming back, what his minutes cap might have been?
His minutes was 30 tonight, and the reason is he's just had a bunch of injuries, and we want to be cautious with not trying a game like this. He probably would have been out 2 weeks just because of the concern and how his body's been the last couple of weeks, and until we feel he's 100% healthy, we want to be mindful of that. So he got to, it was 5 minutes over in the overtime game the other night. It was 3 minutes over his minute restriction in Houston. We didn't want to set a trend of going over something that we're trying to be cautious about. And so it was important to be disciplined with a guy like Kevin at this time.
Coach, I got 2 questions for you. The first one is, what is the easiest way to kind of describe the zone that Trey is in? Is there anything that he necessarily does that surprises you at all ever?
No, it's just confidence. He's a point guard that's used to playing in pick and rolls and playing with the basketball. And, anytime someone switches, he's a unique guard. He can go by any big in the league. And so that's pretty easy for him when he gets the switch. But shooting the basketball is just confidence. And he's done it his entire life, and he's in a pretty good rhythm. He's put in work for a while now, and he's getting to the shots that he wants to take. He's not taking shots that the defense is giving him. So I really don't even think it's his own. I just think he's comfortable, and he's playing with confidence, and our guys are trusting him and letting him be the facilitator. Forget the scoring, he had 16 assists, and so he's still incorporating a lot of different players, and he's still a triple threat when they're double teaming him and throwing different bodies at him. He's still able to get to the rim, get his threes off, and then facilitate for other guys. So we're going to see more of this, and if this is his rookie year and this is what we're seeing, we're going to see this on a consistent basis.
No,